welcome to another episode of Dad Can We Talk. I'm your host, Anthony Ray. And y'all listen, man, I'm here with my mans today. But before I talk about Mr. Timothy White, I need something from y'all, man. I need for all of my listeners, man, for everyone out there that does support me, I appreciate you. But I need for y'all to go and subscribe to the podcast, wherever it is that you listen to, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever. Go and subscribe to the podcast. And if you can, on the platform that you listen to, leave a comment, leave a review. That helps me tremendously. So for all of those that support me, and I know I have a lot of supporters out there, man, so if y'all really support your boy, man, go and leave a review. I need to know how I can grow, what I'm doing right, what I'm not doing right. I need that feedback. I value your feedback. So I need that from y'all, man. But another shout out to the Black Podcast Collective. If y'all are on Facebook, go to the Black Podcast Collective. Like the page. Check out some of the podcasts on there, man. A lot of great hosts on along with this collective, all types of different subjects, sports, mental health, all type of stuff, man. So y'all go and check out the Black Podcast Collective on Facebook. Go and like the page and follow some of the other podcasts on there. But without further ado, man, I want to introduce y'all to my mans here, man. Mr. Timothy White, also known as Tee Whitey. And the way I met this man, some months ago, man, I remember just being on Facebook scrolling, and I seen a big dispute going on about some guy who was selling some cinnamon rolls that were too expensive. I don't know, man. It was there was some woman, she was going off. I mean, she was going off. And just like really, just the way, it was funny because the way she was talking about it, it made me want to go see what she was talking about, because I was like, dang, she going in on whoever this person is, but I'm like, it got to be something to it if she going in that much. If I don't like something, I just ain't gonna buy it no more. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of people going on and on and on and on about it. So I was like, well, shoot, let me hit the man up and see what's up. I'm going to see what the roll's about. Shoot. Hey, and I bought one, and listen, it was delicious. And I had to hit bro up and let him know, like, hey, bro, listen, I support you, bro, whatever. And that's just kind of how we met, man. And, everything just kind of, we just started building from there, man. And y'all know every week, y'all hear me on this podcast, I'm always shouting out OClock Studios. This is the man right here, man. This is Mr. Keep it straight up and down like 6 o'clock. Mr. Can't bend, can't break. I want y'all to welcome to the show my man Tee Whitey, man. Mr. Timothy White. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. How you doing? How everybody doing?
Yeah. Feeling good, man.
I'm feeling real good.
Yeah.
Man.
I think a lot of people really want to been waiting to hear from you. I know how it is for people to see you in a certain light. People see you on Facebook. You're an artist, so people hear you through music. And at times, I don't think a lot of people know people, like really get to know people, especially, from your standpoint. Everybody know about what you got going on with your businesses, with the studio, with Whitey Rollz, through your music, and all of this stuff. But do people really know Mr. Timothy White, the real man? And I want people to really get a glimpse into, the real you, who you are outside of all of that stuff, man. So I want, my first question on the podcast is always this, I want to take it back real quick. What was your relationship like with your dad? I want you to talk about that.
I didn't have a relationship with my dad. So, like, it was to the point when I found out who my daddy was, like I just wanted to, you know, like a kid, they want their daddy. They want to be accepted. They want to feel like, you know, man, that's my daddy. So it just wasn't reciprocated, you know. You know, it was like he would ride through the neighborhood, give other kids dollars. I try to run into the truck, and he'd take off on me. I was like, dang, what I did. I didn't understand, like, dang, what I did. Or I try to, like, you know, still go over there, force myself to go over his house, because he stayed right here in Gainesville, but, he, you know, he ain't never really take the initiative to come see me. So I had to try to go over there, and his wife didn't like me at the time, so it was like he used to just go ham on me and tell people, like, oh, you're not mine, told me in my face, threw stuff at me. You know, felt like because I didn't speak to her, she said I didn't speak to her when I came in, which I'm a kid at the time. I didn't know, you know, you come in, you speak to everybody and show respect. So it wasn't really a relationship. Then later on in life, you know, I forgave him because even though we say we don't like or we hate, we forgive because that's our parents. I said I'm gonna try to mend things and try to give him another chance. And it's just, I just noticed some people are who they are. I don't hate them for who they are, but that's just who they are, you know. And once somebody is stuck in that way, I just realized I just can't. I just had to love them from afar and just realize that's what it is with that person and try to be better for mine. And don't never let my kids go through that with the things that I went through of feeling, you know, abandoned or feeling like, you know, abuse or verbally or physically, you know. I actually got a song about that too that I wrote. I haven't put out yet, and it was just basically saying that, you know, they'll never know that and that's what all of us as fathers, we never know that whatever we put our kids through, they gonna go through it when they grown too. You know, I still think about stuff. I still hold resentment, and I try not to, so I have to pray about it and say, you know what? I'm going to be better. I'm going to do more than he did. I have done. I have already. You know, it's like I talk about in the song, what's messed up is like, you can't even really be proud to say I'm your son out here in these streets, really, because even if you are bragging or saying it, really you know deep down that you ain't never really try to mend that, you know, and with me or try to have that connection or even try to withhold your word. That's why I try to make sure everything I say to my kids, if I tell them I'm going to do it, I do it. If I say I'm going to be there, I be there, you know. Okay.
No, that's real. No, that's real. That's real, man. Yeah, and it's important for people to hear that type of stuff because, you know, as much as I do put on for dads that are active and involved in their children's lives, I don't ever want anybody to misconstrue it and think that I'm saying that there aren't any dads out here that aren't picking up their weight. Because I do understand that, you know, as much as I talk about changing the narrative around fatherhood, I still do understand that there's some real bums out here, bro. You know, and that's just what it is. And I never want people to get that misunderstood and make it seem like I think that there aren't any, you know, missing dads out, because there are, and there are a lot of men. And if you listen, if anybody out there might just run across this podcast and you listening to this, listen, if you have a child or children and you're not taking care of your children and you're not being involved in the lives of your children, and man, listen, you are a loser. And I'm saying that straight up. You are a loser, and I don't associate with people like that. Right. You know, and that's why I always say that, you know, I don't see that side because I just don't associate with people like that. Right. You know, if I know you got children, you ain't, man, bro, listen, you can't be around me. I don't want you to have, if you can't even love your children.
No, you're not going to love them.
Man, come on.
It was different too, because it's like, before that, I had a stepdaddy. And I thought that was my daddy at first growing up, you know. But I couldn't understand why he would abuse me. And it wasn't sexual abuse, it was physical abuse. but just, like real abuse, I still got some of the scars and stuff. Now my mama didn't know because every time she went to work, it's like he'd call me and then just like slap me to the ground. Or if I like did any little thing, like beat me with extension cords and big long brushes, and I still wear the bruises of them. So like when she did find out, she immediately left him, snapped, called the police, left him. And that's when we moved here, and then I found out who my real daddy was. So I had already had some type that kind of like, because I didn't understand. I was like, you know, I wasn't doing nothing, but he never hit my sister. But why he doing me like this? It's supposed to be my daddy. You know, I didn't get it. And now I knew because I wasn't his. And, you know, some men hold that hatred in them. Like, if you're not theirs, then they don't love you, or they want to beat you or hurt you off of any little thing. And I faced that. So to come from that and then try to find out who my real daddy was, I just wanted to be accepted at that point. It was just like, you know what? But even with the my stepdaddy, you know, because he stayed in another city. Once we found out, my mama found out that he was doing it, she moved. But my sister still go down there, and I wanted to be accepted so bad, I would subject myself to the abuse just because I wanted to be accepted. Like, it's like I know and I tell myself, you know what? Instead of going down there and this time, instead of talking too much, I'm gonna just be quiet. Or instead of, you know, going in the refrigerator and getting juice, I'm gonna just wait and ask my sister to ask him instead of me asking him. So I was trying to make, like, how can I explain this? I was trying to pretty much find ways to be accepted from this person that was abusing me, because I thought that was a father figure. I thought that was my daddy at first. Then what? That didn't work. Saw my daddy and was like, you know what? Let me go try to, you know, really know this man, because this is my daddy. So I'm happy now. I'm trying to figure out how we can mend our relationship. And I was a kid too. I was like 12, 12, 13. So I was real young. But didn't happen. So now I just say, I don't hold hatred. I just try to move forward and just, if I see him, I'm still gonna talk to him.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it be like in my head, I'll be like, I'm not talking to this man. I'm not finna say nothing. This man not saying nothing to me. And then as soon as he ride by, I'll be like, and he gonna talk to me too.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'll be like, what's up, Pop? You know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. It's real crazy. It's weird. It's weird.
So after going through all of that, you know, going with your stepdad, with your real dad, and just really experiencing that rejection, how has that translated over into your relationship now with your own children? Are those same things that you went through, do those things ever like try to creep its way into your relationship with your children?
I have pros and cons on it, I feel like, because it's like, it's just one situation where my dad had took me to Pick and Save. Remember Pick and Save?
Yeah.
And
old school.
So one time he was like, my mom was like, listen, your daddy's gonna come pick you up, get your stuff together. She made a list, get this, what you need, and then think about toys, he ain't never got you before, so I'm like, okay, bet. We get in the car with the truck with him, we go to Pick and Save, bro. We go to Pick and Save. Go in there, he like, whatever you want, boy, get it. I'm like, oh. But at this time, I'm a kid. Yeah. Rollerblades just came out. If you ain't had no rollerblades, you was square. The movie Brinks was out, Mighty Ducks was. You had to have rollerblades. I don't care if you was in the hood or not. You had to have rollerblades. So I'm like, okay. I said, boom. I went straight to the rollerblade section. I said, I want rollerblades. I knew Mama told me to get tank top boxes, but I want these rollerblades, bro. He like, that what you want? I'm like, yeah. So he like, oh, put that back. I got some of them in the house I just got. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So we leave the store. Him not being an adult and being like, okay, let me get my son some socks and some underwear, and let me get my son some the essentials he needs. Yeah. He like, all right, let's go. Being cheap, being this type of dude. We get back to his house. He go to the back. I'm sitting out there waiting for the rollerblades. He comes to the front with some rollerblades from 1972. These was the first rollerblades built. I was like,
no.
I ruined my childhood. I was so mad. I ran all the way to Eastwood, making this thing. I was crying. I was hurt. It hurt me so bad. So listen. Fast forward. My son had asked me one time. He was like, "Daddy, I want some rollerblades." Man, it's like I had one of those, one of those "That's So Raven" moments. Like when I just went and just zoomed in. I was running down the road crying for rollerblades. I like, man, let me go get this. So I went and got my son a pair of rollerblades, got me a pair of rollerblades, and we both da-da-da-da. In those ways, certain things has, yes, affected, because it's like now, it's like certain times I look at stuff, and I'll be more quicker to do it because I know, dang, I went through that. But I have to stop myself sometimes because I will hinder them by keep doing, getting, and when I take away, then now you looking like, dang, you've been getting, you know what I mean? On the flip side of that, it's like I have in the past, I found my anger getting a little too angry, and not, with certain things they did, especially my youngest son. Oh my God, it's like I have to watch myself with the way I discipline, knowing that that's happened to me. It's like it could be kind of programmed. It's like kind of it can kind of be it can be in you because it's happened to you. So it's like that action could come out as well. So I have to, over the years, because I never was taught how to be a daddy, bro. I never was taught how to be a father. I never was taught none of this. So I had, my mom tried, but that's a woman. So I had to. I've been teaching myself all these years, and even through the semi-absent part, I still was always there. Sometimes I was going through it, and then my negligence, my immaturity, even mixed in with their mom's immaturity as well. They parted on sometimes, but I always had to come back to the round table because those are mine. And I always knew that at the end of the day, what I didn't have is no father figure to fight for me, regardless of how, I was acting out. And I probably was only acting out like that because of the absence. Because I didn't have that love that I wanted, that acceptance. So in certain cases, it's like I saw myself maybe, disciplining a little too hard. Or, or the way I would discipline. So it's like I had to take a step back. Even now, I have to be like, so I would sit there, bro, and go out and leave. I leave. Like, if they make me too mad, I'm going to just have to leave. Yeah. Because it's like, I have to walk off. I can't discipline you out of anger. And I had to learn this because I was used to discipline them out of anger back then when they was smaller. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know, bro. I didn't know. And it's like, to the point where they was kind of scared of me. It's like, I wasn't abusing them, but the way the discipline was, it was just a little too harsh. And it's like, once I realized this, I'm like, okay, now let me try to take stuff. I hardly whoop my kids. Rarely. Like, these boys, like, I ain't never whooped my daughter. But my son's dad, the age now, I don't really have to. My youngest one, he really the only one I have to kind of go hands on. And, I'd rather just kind of tell them to, let's go do a long, like, when they did something the other day, I just told them to get out of my car and just start running. Get out my car and run. We in the suburbs too, so it's not like we in the hood. Yeah. So I got these boys run. I'm creeping behind them while they running, and then I say, hold on, stop, water break, and run some more. Y'all got me messed up. I could do that because I could have been the other daddy. Yeah. Because if we don't know, I would tell you I have a lot of kids, so it's harder because being in my younger days, when I was in those my little thotty days, I acquired a lot of kids. And I was like, where they came from? When I got sobered up and looked like, where are these kids? And it was mine, for real. So I like, dang, okay, I gotta, man up and make it make sense, man, and try to, because I've been through different stages. There's been stages where I felt like, man, listen, I'm bucking because I know that you know that what I'm trying to do out here, and their mom was putting me on child support over their reasons.
Yeah.
When I knew that I was trying to do as much as I could, but it was just harder because I had accumulated so many more kids. I was like, and me trying to do what I'm trying to do, knowing that if this works, what I'm trying to do, my vision, if it works, then they're gonna be good forever. Mm-hmm. But it's like people don't have time to wait. They need now. They need now. It's like you got this, you doing this, and you doing that, not knowing. To run businesses, it has to be like this and this and this and that. Mm-hmm. To be able to for the consumer to want to invest in the product, it has to look and be a certain way. Mm-hmm. And the average person that's not business savvy or doesn't know this business wouldn't know that. They just know now. So it's times that, you know, I was bucking against the system and them because of my own feelings, like, you know, people using the state for just, you know, just for their beneficiary gain and not the kids. Mm-hmm. You know, I went through those stages and went through it's just been a learning. This whole thing has just been me. I haven't been perfect at all. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I can say that I've always been there. I've always been the one to get them all together, regardless of my messes. I wanted to not, because like it took me until I was grown to know my brothers and sisters. You know, so I always had them around each other, even if they mothers didn't want them around each other. Mm. You know, it was like I didn't care. So it was like I always took initiative to come and get them and bring them into different environments than what they were used to, because I know by being in a different environment, it's going to create just a whole different being, if I make sense. You know what I mean? So, like, I've always tried to do, because that's what my mom did with me, so I kind of imitated some of the same things, like, as far as with going places and doing different stuff that the average hood dude will call white people stuff. Mm-hmm. But we live in life, so that's what I wanted to always try to, you know, with theme parks and taking them places that I know some of their the other parent couldn't afford, maybe, or just didn't have that that wasn't their type of, you know,
their type of
lifestyle. So it's like, okay, you're accustomed to that. Let me go ahead and get them boys and take them here. Let them eat here.
Give them a different look.
Because and then when they stand with me, it's like I'm not downplaying their mom at all. I'm saying from back then. So I don't want their mom, if their mom's here as a thing. I'm just dogging them down. I'm not. I'm saying like
shout out to the moms.
Shout out to all the moms.
Yeah,
we all made mistakes, and you know, I mean, we all was learning. We all been learning. I'm saying like I just want to show them a different environment all the way around, you know, because we all been accustomed to a certain, like, hood, institutionalized, a lot of us. Just, and not even because we can't help it, because this from what you could afford or from what you've been trained to, you know that you can't have more, can't get out more because you haven't been trained to know that you can do more and you don't have to go that route. You just got to work harder. It's gonna be harder. You just gotta do, but it can happen. So that's why I be trying to do and go and making sure I had it's clean and this clean. I'm clean all the time, so they can see this too, because it's gonna just help them. And I didn't get this. I had to learn this. I got it from my mom, but it's different. Coming from mom being a boy, you want to be around dudes. You want to try to get what is she talking about?
Yeah.
What is she talking about? I'm going out this window. You know what I mean? But if the dad would have been there, it was like, I would think twice about it. Right. I probably still would have went out the window, but I would have thought a lot twice. I was like, dang, when I get back, I'm going to die. You know what I mean?
That's real.
So
that's real, though, man. And it's funny you say that, because I remember growing up, like, I think we were in the hood. Shoot, boy, we were in the hood probably till I got into 10th grade. And when I got into 10th grade, we moved out west from out east. We moved into a house. And I remember that was like my first time, like, you know, just being like, dang. You know, and I switched schools. I was at East Side in 9th grade. 10th grade, I went to GHS. And when I went to GHS, it was like, dang, you know, it was some different people. You know, it was a different look, you know, because GHS had that international program. So it was like all the international students, and then, you know, a little more white people than East Side. And I was like, dang, you know, it's just different. You know, it just looks different, bro. And I met different type of people, and, you know, still to this day, I hold a lot of stuff because I was very interested in the international students. So I got a lot of Venezuelan friends and Peruvian friends and Cubans and Dominicans. And I met all of these different people, and they started introducing me to their cultures. And I started to eat their food, and I was like, dang, this junk is good. If you talk with my wife know every time, anywhere we go, like we were in Orlando last week, I'm like, man, babe, listen, I don't want to eat no American food while I'm out here. All this good Spanish food out this way.
Yeah.
Or I can go find all type of stuff around here. Like when we went to Miami last month, man, listen, babe, I'm looking for an Argentinian restaurant. I want something from some. This is what I want, you know, because this is the type of stuff that I was introduced to once I finally got out of the hood and broadened my horizons and met people, you know, and just started to see that, you know, there's more than hood culture. You know, there's more than, you know, even just black culture, period. You know, there's a lot of different things out there, and I just started exploring. And, man, it just changed my whole outlook. Like, dang, you know, everybody don't think like we think. Everybody don't do the same things that we do. They don't eat the way we eat. They don't dress the way we dress. And
see, I ain't gonna lie, man. My mama was woke, man. She always had us on point from early. So it's like even when we was in the hood, it's like she tried to let us not play with the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, dang, why not?
Yeah.
I'm finna go play with these boys. And it's like, you ain't playing with them. Which I seen why, because she always was like doing stuff or taking us places. It's like, we going to Georgia, we going here, we doing that, we doing that, we doing that. You know, then we coming back and it's like, so I made myself kind of, even though we stayed there, she tried to, but it was, for me, being a boy, it was impossible to not go out. I'm coming out this house.
Yeah.
I'm finna come out here with these boys and see what these boys talking about. Oh, these boys want to fight. Yeah. Oh, shoot, this is why she want me to come out here. Okay, let me fight. Yeah. Ah, they trying to jump me? Okay. This is why she didn't want me out here. Yeah. Oh, they shooting.
No. Wow.
This why she don't want me out here. You see, it made sense, but then I ain't understand. But it made sense now. You know, it made sense. Because what's out here, bro, it's going to ruin you. Bad association going to spoil your useful habits that I'm trying to put into you, son. This is basically what was told. So I was like, dang, I understand that, but this is where I'm at. I'm here. I can't hide from it. I can't just stay in the house all day, which I could have, because I know a kid, man, this kid, that's all he did his whole childhood. Never went to school, did his homework. This kid is like a perfect kid. I know this kid. I couldn't believe. I was like, dang, why was that? So it's in some people. It just wasn't in me at the time. I was just mischievous. You feel me?
So going from that, and we say all that right there. We just need for y'all to understand that allow your kids to see some different things. You know, and that don't matter if you black, white, whatever. You know, if you white, let your kids be around some other people that are just different from them. And letting them see some different things, man. It ain't nothing wrong with, you know, being who you are and being from the culture that you're from. But just allow yourself and your children to experience different things, man. It's going to do a lot for them and for you as they get older, man. But, man, we've talked about this right here before. You know, me and you had conversations, and I just want you to speak to, you know, how hard has it been to raise your children in different homes, you know, to not, you know, because I remember I was telling you, you know, how in my situation, all of my kids are with me every day, you know.
Yeah.
When I go to sleep at night, my kids in the same house where I'm at. You know, when I wake up, my kids in that same house. You know, that's the life that I live as a dad. Right. And I always understand, you know, that everybody don't have the life that I have. You know, I feel like I live a privileged dad life.
Very noble.
Yeah.
Very noble of you, sir. You did good.
Yeah, good talk.
I got a little tender. Yeah. I was tender. You made it. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. It was the association. It was that move. That's what it was. When you moved by GHS, it saved your life. Because if you would stay east side, well, you would over here with me. All right, go ahead. All right.
Real talk. Real talk. But it was like at times, like, I really be feeling like, dang, like, I really live a privileged dad life, you know, like, because a lot of other guys I talk with, they're just not in the situations that I'm in. And I remember me and you talking about that. And I just want you to, you know, to just speak to the difficulty of not having all of your children in the same place where you are.
Man, I would try to advise anybody that's younger or don't have kids. Just wait for marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just wait. Don't have none. I know, but seriously though, but like it is hard because everybody is different. So with that being said, and I'm very adamant about my beliefs and how I feel like things should be with kids and with children and adults. I'm kind of old school too with it too. So it's like, I feel like you should respect. I feel like it should be a no sir, yes sir. I mean, no ma'am, yes ma'am. No sir, yes sir. When you're talking to adults, I feel like kids shouldn't watch certain things because your intake definitely is going to determine your outtake. I feel like kids shouldn't be listening to certain things either. I feel like it's a lot of stuff I feel. And everybody's not going to feel like me because everybody was raised different. Mm-hmm. It's plain and simple. If I was raised different, I would feel differently too. Unless I was raised different and found value within myself to feel like, you know what, I have these morals that I want to set for me and my... It happens. You know what I'm saying? Because just because you're raised one way doesn't mean you're going to spend a lot of people. I was, you know... Yeah. I was raised... Which wanted to raise me to be very... But it just didn't turn out that way, but I still have the values. I still have the insight. Everything she tried to put in me, it's still in me. It never left as well. So the hardest part is pretty much the, you know, because when you go over here, you can do certain things and you can say certain things and try certain things. But when you come with me, you can't. You know, you can't do that at all. So it kind of sends mixed messages, kind of, I feel like, to the kids almost. It's like, well, I can do this over here at mama house. What? I ain't saying nothing, Daddy. I ain't think you did. That's crazy. I didn't ask nobody no questions. What's the man talking about? You know, that's what kids is like. You know, the hardest part is, and then it's also because I also have a son that his mom ran out on him. So it's different with my other, when they get together, because it's like, well, wait, especially when they're talking about their mamas. It's like, well, where your mama? Well, why you? And I was asking those type questions. And it's like, now I have to try to step in and like, either don't talk about this because it's very sensitive, or like, don't even be knowing what to do. Half the time, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know what to say or what to do. On a lot of stuff, I'll be like, dang, okay, I don't even know what to do right now. On a lot of different things, and people don't even be knowing, so I sometimes have to just sit there, bro, and be thinking, okay, how am I handle this? How am I gonna, you know, but it's a little harder because everybody has a different upbringing, a different way of being, you know. Yeah, one set of my children, they are very, you know, suburban.
Yeah, suburban kid. Yeah.
You know, and then I have the other set over here. We're gonna take it to the trial.
Yeah.
So it's like they two total different. So it's like now, but it's because of environment.
Yeah.
Not blaming it on the mom.
Yeah.
The environment.
Yeah. The environment.
We're gonna blame it on the moms too.
Yeah.
Them too. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it real. Listen, but I ain't been perfect either. So that's why I be trying to watch what I do and say. And a lot of times in life in general, I'm not, like if I was around a certain group of people, I'm not gonna have them. Or if I'm gonna have them, I took them to safe places, like to my mom's house if I didn't have a house at the time.
Yeah.
Because I know that how influential they are. I know that they can't. That's why I said too about when they come with me, they can't watch and do certain things because kids can't. Man, my son was on top of something trying to fly. One of my kids years ago. Like, so obviously you can't tell the difference between TV and reality. Right. Like, it's just a difference. So even with some of my content, it's even harder because I make music too, and I make different type of music. It depends on the situation. It's not one genre, but them watching certain things and certain images that I've had in certain videos, they wouldn't know that this is because of either what I'm talking about, because I've been through this, been around this. So I'm pretty much describing the lifestyle that's going on now, or I'm giving a consumer I'm giving the consumer what the consumer wants because I've done it or I've been around it. But the kid can't decide. All he sees is what he sees, and like I want to be like.
That's all they know.
You see what I'm saying? So to bring it back to your question, the hardest part, bro, is just. It's definitely difficult, you know. Now being older now, I can be able to pretty much communicate with the moms. And if it's not reciprocated, then I know when they get with me, then you know how to. And then now, it's to the point now, it's worked because if they're around me, they're not going to say certain things. Or they correct themselves before I don't have to say nothing. Or I'm in the next room, you know you can't watch that, turn that.
Yeah.
They dry snitching so much, I get tired. Like, bro, stop snitching on your brother. Unless you do some you know, and come on, tell me.
Yeah.
But, hey, y'all both supposed to be taking a picture. But I have to remember, well, you did, like, instill certain things in them. So, it obviously worked, right?
Straight up. Straight up. Yeah, man, I can only imagine how difficult it is, bro. Like I say, I look at myself as being privileged because there's certain things that I don't have to do.
It's difficult. It's so difficult because then you have certain parents that's like, oh, you're not going to get them no more. If you don't do what I say, guess what? You're not getting them. And that's that's a feeling that you would never like want to feel. Like somebody telling you you can't get what's yours. Or like you have something planned and they just know because they have more rights. And you're not married, so you know it's not like they have more rights over the child. So their word is more, you know. It's not like you can just go over there and take the child if you don't have joint custody, because now you're going to jail for kidnapping. You see, that's your own child, but you went over there and took the child, and so it's like you have certain parents that do that too, and it's like unimaginable things like. You can't imagine you have things you getting ready to get your son, your child. To stay with you or maybe take them someplace and then the other parents say you can't do it. Or you not finna do it. Oh, try to do it. And then the provoking is just, now you gotta either, you know I learned I have to be a whole I have to just zip my lips and just, well, you know what? It is what it just bite it because if fighting fire with fire never works, right? It's never working and the system is not on my side, right? So guess what? Let me shut up, hard as it's gonna be, and just give it time. Or go through the courts and get joint custody and do it that way. And I'm going through something right now with that. So it's like you gotta do it that way. That way you don't have to. Because some people aren't able to be, they can't, like y'all can't co-parent. So if you can't, then I advise you to go through the proper channels to be able to see your children. took me 3 years to get joint custody. Coming to Gainesville every week to meet the lawyers and talk to them. Come to mediation and 3 years, bro. It took a long time, and that was me because I was like, especially if I'm gonna pay child support.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not gonna pay child support and can't see my son.
No.
Oh, that's ridiculous. We're going,
No.
I'm willing to go to the ends of the earth.
Straight up. Gots to, bro.
And he got to get this knowledge. And one thing about it, when he come around me, I don't care what you thought you was taught, all that, you're going to get real knowledge. You're going to get it real raw and uncut, but censored.
Mm-hmm.
But censored.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to think, these kids, they hearing and all this talking and crazy and da-da-da every day, everywhere. Ain't got to come home to it. They ain't coming to me around that. I try my hardest not to. Them boys can tell you, I don't curse around them boys like that. And I try so hard if I'm talking on the phone or something in the crossfire, but I try to watch what I do around my kids. Now, everybody different. I ain't saying what y'all, everybody different. I'm talking about me. Because I know that I've saw certain actions. I saw, like, I like to watch and learn. So I saw different raisings and saw different outcomes from different things that I said I don't want my kids to be like. No. Even if they do turn out like that, they'll know that they still got those values and still in them still. You know, I ain't just going to sit out here and let you just ruin you. Let you not be knowledgeable, not be, you know, not try to be a man. I'm at least as I've been learning to be a man, as much as I get them. And I'm not perfect, but, you know, still have a lot of problems when you have children from different women because you got to be very headstrong. You have to bite your tongue a lot. You have to try to pretty much. You just gotta give in, bro. You gotta be there for your kid, and you got it's a lot. You gotta take a lot, you know, especially when people look at you as a lottery ticket. You have to pretty much be like, okay, I know pay this money and still try to get my children and instill values into them.
I want to say this. For all, if there might be anybody out there that might be listening that don't have kids yet, the best advice I can give you, and that's only advice, you ain't got to take it, or whatever. You know, take it and do what you're going to do with it. But I always tell guys this type of stuff. You know, a couple of years ago, I was talking with a young guy. He was 18 at the time. And I don't know. I don't even remember how we got in contact with each other. We were just writing on Facebook, and he just wrote me. He had some stuff going on. And I remember he told me he was a virgin. And I was like, that's great. Bro, that's a great thing. I'm like, 18, bro? I'm like, listen, bro.
He did good.
Well, if I can't tell you anything else, bro, save that. Don't let nobody take that from you. That ain't your wife, bro. And I was telling him, I'm telling you that because I didn't do that. And I'm telling you that now because I'm married, because I didn't allow myself to come into marriage that way, bro, there's problems that I have now with lust for other women because I know what it's like to be, I know what it's like, and I've experienced other women. I've experienced other women now, and I've given that over to different women, and now I'm with my wife, this woman that I want to spend the rest of my life with, and now I know what it's like. It's something that I always think about. Like, if I hadn't experienced other women, would I even have these thoughts? You know, would I even, have these feelings? Because I see certain women that might look like a woman that I've had relations with. Or I might see a certain women that I have had.
Usher.
Okay.
On some Usher type stuff.
All right, real talk, and it's
reminding me,
reminding you, and that's the type of stuff that
you're right.
It's so hard now that I'm married and I'm trying to live right, I'm trying to do right, and I'm like, dang, bro, if I only would have not done these things, because it's like I did all that and that junk was about nothing with all them other women. It's like, oh, okay, I did it, and it's like, all right, now what? It literally ain't mean nothing.
It's not even no bragging rights. It's like it'd be like kind of to me, like I tell my son, bro, it'd be kind of shameful. It's like it's I don't want to. I had it. I don't want you to look at me like that. I want to kind of be a pride son. So listen, I told my son this the other day, bro. If you can hold that thing until you 18, I promise you. You know that Jeep you want? I'm gonna buy it brand new. I promise you. I promise. And guess what? You finna get your L's. Matter of fact, I'll buy it next year. And just hold it. If you, I'm trying to bribe him to keep it tough. Keep it tough. I said, I tell you, you don't want to, bro. Listen.
Everybody else gonna talk about it like it sound good.
Because listen, like I be telling him, like you got these, man. Look, man, I talk to especially my oldest son too, because you know he want a girlfriend and stuff. I understand that, but it just don't make sense when we can get so much money, but they gonna come back and then it's gonna ruin you. Bro. Then you get a little bit. You got a little tenderness in you, son, because you my son. I know. I've been tender. Look, I mean, y'all out here. Listen, if you do it, it's gonna ruin you because you gonna be hit. That's all you gonna want to do. You gonna not? No, we gotta get some money. We gotta build. That's what I'm trying to teach them boys. I swear.
And it's just that real, man. So. You know, for all my young boys out there, man, you know, even if you have done it, bro, listen, don't continue to dig that hole, because one day you're going to get older and you're going to start to realize how much that stuff really ain't do anything for you. It only hurts you in the future.
And puts a name on you. Then when you do try to, like, now that I don't do nothing, and now I'm not out here no more. I run businesses, like it's still stuck on me. I even if I leave a status, I'm like, see, God, don't do it, because it's gonna always have that label. You're gonna be labeled. You don't want to be labeled, young man, because it's hard. And then when you're brutally honest, like you're really like you ain't did. You're walking that straight path. No one will ever believe you.
All right.
Never.
Bro, and that's one of my questions for you today.
And that hurt.
Like, why is it so hard for people to believe Tim? Like, why is it that people, if Timothy White is out here saying, man, you know, I have changed, you know, I'm trying to do better.
Please don't come my inbox, don't offer me nothing. I don't want it. I'm beyond that. And it's not in my tax bracket anyway. So I need to stay away from it. And nobody believes me. I got footage. That's why I got cameras. We got footage. I can show you the everyday life. You ever believe it. I don't know. And you know what it is? It's the history. It's what I just told you. It's the label. It's like, once you, like I told my son, once you labeled, son, you're an animal.
Boy, they was on you, boy. They was on, boy.
And I was really being sincere. Like I was really being sincere. Like I really, and you know, it's like it's messed up because even with us, like that little stuff like that, even with like say with the significant other, and then you on my page reading that, it's like dang, people don't even take you now. It's problems because So it's like real, I would just advise, don't be that.
Don't be out here thotting, man.
Don't be thotting.
You can't be doing that type of stuff.
And then because 5 years later, and then they say you reap what you sow, like this. I guess it's the reaping. Like when you really don't do nothing, people is not gonna believe you. That's what I'm trying to tell my son. It's sacred, son. You hold on to that sacredness.
Straight up.
And don't be out here like the rest of us.
Straight up. And I'm a person that's married. In a couple weeks, I'm finna have my 9-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Since I've been married, appreciate it, bro. And it's like, okay, in these 9 years, bro, I can say, like, proudly say, don't no woman got nothing on me. You know, ain't nobody got no videos, no messages, no nothing. You know, and it feels good.
Yeah.
But I also know that, you know, my past, you know, I got to deal with my past myself internally. You know, internally, I have to deal with, you know, these things that I deal with in my mind, you know, my thoughts, you know, and it's hard. Like, and when I talk with people and I tell them all the time, you know, like, yeah, boy, I'm this way and I do this type of stuff right here, and you might see it and all that stuff and see stuff I put on Facebook and all this, but I'm like, bro, this is a real struggle. It's hard every day to continue to be committed, you know, and not because it ain't like women ain't came at me. They do come. But when they come, you gotta have that defense, bro. Like, you gotta have that real defense. And if you ain't got that defense like that, bro, listen, they gonna come.
And then
they don't
it's
care
like
about
too,
you being
bro.
married.
Realistically, doing it the right way, even with the kids, it's just like I've had one of my children tell me like, you know, why you just want to get married? You know, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Jay, go ahead, bro. Get out my face. What is he talking about? Nah, but for real, I was like, dang, man.
And they gonna always keep it real. The kids,
I know, bro. And it's like,
so
but
real,
at the end
bro.
of the day, it's like, it's just a better look when it's the right way, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a better look. It's just, you know, all around the board. You know, even with them, even with their relations with each other, and you know, it's just better to just, I would say, just to do it the right way if you can. And if I could have waited till I got married, I would.
Straight up.
Definitely would. Cause that's how it was supposed to be anyway. But I just ain't, you know, I was just in an environment and institutionalized and
I know.
very what's the word I'm looking for? I was very I wouldn't even say peer pressure, influenced. Just influenced by the negativity of.
I mean, it's all throughout our culture. That's all we see. That's all we hear.
It's all in our culture. So it's like, if you're not one of those people that just stand firm and just only, you're gonna get influenced. I've heard songs that I didn't like before, but because everybody else was liking this song, I started liking it. That's not real to me, because initially I didn't like it. So I pretty much let these people turn my thinking and my liking into what they like. That ain't real to me. So that's why I be trying to pretty much still different things in my kids and let them know too, like, you gotta be your own person. If you don't like something initially, then don't do it. That ain't what you like. You can't let nobody influence you to do stuff. And it's very hard not to get influenced. I'm sorry.
Very hard.
Because everybody want to be liked. Everybody want to be accepted. Everybody want to be somebody. So you're going to try to do what you feel like in whatever culture you in. Because everybody is not like this. They don't have that thinking. When I got to traveling the world and going different places and getting around people that it's not thinking about getting high and starting all day.
Yeah.
Ain't thinking about running from the police for no reason. You know, the ops on this block. These people out here living life and thinking about, you know, building. Elevating. Building. They're into different things.
Straight up.
You wouldn't even think they in. I'm gonna do this in the ants. I'm like, and it can tell you everything about them. Has a whole bunch of fish and makes money off of them. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I just said to say,
Man, let's go to that point. You know, talking about elevating and really doing something impactful, something out of the ordinary, and not the usual things that we always talk about and see and do. And, you know, like, how did you get into, you know, the businesses that you're getting into? Like, how did you come into the idea for 6 o'clock Studios? Like, what sparked that idea?
Well, straight up and down, like 6 o'clock, it's been a saying I've been saying for like 10 years. And it pretty much means everything that I do in life or that I give you or I have to offer is straight up and down like 6 o'clock. There's no corners being cut. It's what I tell it to you, you can put it in your pocket. What you getting out the studio is it's not no corners being cut. It's not no buffoonery. It's straight up and down like 6 o'clock. It's real. So that's really what it means. But as far as the studio, I already had CBCB8 studio, which was a house studio. Me and Fat was doing music. I was my first one that I built in his closet, and it was like a little house studio. I just went to get equipment because I had already said I wanted to start the entertainment school, but I wanted to do artist development, which is what CBCB8 is. A lot of people think it's a record label, but it's not. It's artist development company. I pretty much just help give intel on the business and cut budgets. Mm-hmm. That's it. I'm not a sponsor. I'm not a record label. No, I just know, and I have people that know a lot too, so we pretty much help the artists, which wasn't given to us when I was coming up. So I wanted to do something that no one ever did for me, for a lot of people I knew. So with the studio, I initially had the first studio, and it was just a lot of stuff went on. So in the house studio, and it was in the house. So I had I found this little shed building that I was gonna get, and I told him I was gonna get it. Was gonna move the studio. That blew up. We went through some stuff, and I initially went to get the building. When I paid the lady for the deposit, COVID hit like that next week. They was shutting everything down. I was calling the lady to move my stuff in. She never picked up the phone. She took my deposit. Never heard from her again. The number was changed. I was like, wow. So I said, forget the studio. I'm gonna just do my music and just focus on trying to build. And then I had a conversation, and I felt like somebody was trying to get over on somebody else close to me in a studio setting. So I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just chill. I'm finna just build. I'm going back to the initial plan, and I'm finna just build studio. But it's gonna be an entertainment school where they come and it's like a one-stop shop. They can do internet radio, podcasts, videos, artist development. You can get everything done in one place too. And not only that, we'll recommend you to other people if we can't do it here too. Or because every place is not for everybody. Mm-hmm. So I've urged every artist, if this place is for you, then lock in. If not, then it's that place right there. There's Drew down there. Is Swanson over there. Is so many people you can network with. You don't have to network with me through certain things, but it's certain things that you can network with me through as well too, and not just me, the whole company. So it was put here to prove a point. I like to prove points. It was put here to prove a point as well, and it's always been a dream of mine to have a studio. Just back then I spent so much money paying so many people's kids through hood college. Hood college. They kids with the hood college. That I was like, you know what? It gotta make sense. I've been doing this for so long. Before I even knew what I was doing it. And I've been around so many till I knew I didn't have no money. I had to learn this myself and teach myself to do it. So I know how to do it, so why not make it make sense? So that's what I did.
Yeah. Man, if y'all looking for studio time, come holler at my dog. For real.
And we got a couple of new in-house engineers, because a lot of rappers in this city feel like, we want to go over there and mess with Whitey, but he rap too. So he not gonna make us sound like he gonna sound like we supposed to sound, because he's a rapper too. But on the contrary to that, if I record somebody, I'm gonna put my best in it because it's coming out of here and my name on it. So I gotta have it sounded to the best of my abilities. Now I'm not an engineer, but I know a little something. But I do have the right people that will be working in here and is working in here now, and within the next month that is specialized in just that, specialized in just engineering and just mix and mastering and just videography. So I do it, and I'm darn good at it, but I don't specialize in it. So I've been getting the right people to run the place like it's supposed to be ran. It's just people, have to know that it took a little time, and that a lot of people feel like that. But on the contrary to y'all feelings, I wouldn't do nothing for nobody and with my name or my face on it at all. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna try to do my best at it. That's how I was raised anyway, and that's how I try to raise my kids too. I'm gonna go stupid ham at it because my face on it. Then you're gonna talk about it, and if it gets around that I ain't doing good work, then it's gonna hinder me in the business. So that's what.
All right.
Basically. Yeah.
That's real. That's real, man. I wanted to ask you about this, man. What's up with you and Fat, man? Y'all good?
Yeah, we straight. We good, man. Fat hit me up, months ago. I think it was either the beginning of the year or last year. I was always straight. Before the video came out, I had already forgiven this man.
Yeah.
But because of him kept running to social media after I was trying to tell you to stop, because everybody's watching everything.
And people gonna get
and they're going to get everything. They're gonna assume, and they're gonna do it, and then they're gonna go run to you and this and me, and then they kept doing it. So that's what forced the video to go out, which was negligence on my part, and it was malice because it was like, you keep doing this, I'm finna do this. So it was that type of action.
Yeah.
And then, which we could have played back on it and act like it was, but at that point, I know him, and me, I'm gonna move strategically on anything I do. So if I do get into it with you, I'm gonna try to make it strategical. I'm gonna try to monopolize off of it rather than let's get on case. I'd rather not do it like that because I know everybody watching. So how can I make some money off of this? Or how can I accumulate the views because I get paid for views? So I can accumulate them and then boom, make it make sense. Because you hot and I can't just sit here and not say nothing because that people gonna be like, well, why you ain't saying? So regardless, it could have been handled a lot different, but we good now. He hit me up. Bro told me how he felt. I told him, you know what, I accept the apology, bro. But I never went out here in the street and said, after that video was posted, nobody never could come to me and think that I would say just negligence, crazy stuff about you. I would never own that. But at the end of the day, I knew what came out your mouth was how you felt, but I still forgave it because you was mad. It don't matter. So once we did get back to the round table and stuff and talk, I just said I had already been forgave you, and on my part, I'm sorry because I shouldn't have. I could have handled it different too, and not because I know what you face and I know you too. I should have handled it a lot different too, and not let my immediate little temper cause me to react to the action that was already being bestowed upon me.
That's real.
I ain't perfect either, but So.
That's real. And I say that, because I think we just, especially as black men, we gotta settle those disputes. Not meaning that settling disputes mean that now we best of buddies and we just call each other every day and all. It's like, just like let it be known, talk about this thing. This is my side, this is your side. We come together, we get a agreement, even if we agree to disagree about certain things. It's like
we good. We as long as we come to that agreement and know that, certain like you said, some people are here are seasonal. Some people see it just can't. Straight up. Once it get to certain points, it's like trying to go back and act like and try to make it like it was. It just never be like that. So we just move forward and just know that there's definitely no hate in my heart. Yeah. And you always welcome if you around to do some business as far as spend some money or if I can help you in any type of way, I will. But yeah,
straight up, that's real. That's real, man. So y'all, that's a good thing. That's good news for people that don't know the situation. Don't worry about it. But yeah, man, that's definitely a good thing, man. You know, to see brothers making amends and knowing that we ain't got all these beefs out here in the streets, man. You know, cause life way too short to be doing all that type of stuff, there, man. But this one here for the people, man. You trying to get in a relationship?
who me?
Like,
how you know I ain't already in one?
Yeah.
How you know I ain't already in one?
It's just for the people.
But see, I'm gonna tell the people like this. I never ever posted about my personal life.
Yeah.
If you look on my page, all you gonna see is business.
Yeah.
On my Whitey page, it's gonna be business. I might get my now. It's like this. I can't even share. I might agree with the post, and I might be in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I share it, and then people say, "You okay, Whitey?" Like, girl, leave me alone. No, I'm not okay. Don't you see what I just shared? Why'd you ask this stupid stuff? Nah, but I am very private when it comes to that, bro, because
you got stalkers out here.
I do have stalkers, but not only that, it's just because I want to be married.
Yeah.
When I really splash with somebody. That's why I never did it ever.
Yeah, that's real.
I might have got posted. Got posted, but I never personally just like. And I want to bad, but I want to be married before I do it. That's all. That's one. Like I stand on that. Like I can't put on. I want to be married before I actually. So.
Because you want to know it's real. You want to know it's real. You don't want something out there.
Not really, because I'm not going to mess. I don't mess with. I never just mess with anything. I've always had my selective choices, reasons. But the person that's around me, I know it's real and what's not. You know, but I just can't do. I'm not like everybody else.
Yeah.
I've seen this go on so much. People post they on the beach, they in the car, they kissing, they hugging. Then
3 months later,
they on the beach, they kissing in the hug, they hugging, they with somebody totally different. And then I go scroll down their page like, oh man, let me see. I go scroll down their page, and it still got the pictures from last a couple months ago with you and the other dude. I'm like, man, I refuse. I refuse. No,
and see, and I think that's smart. That's very smart. You know, because
but I've had people that hate it. Feel like I'm hiding them, or like feel like how am I hiding? Everybody. This you know how small the city. One person see me with you, they be like, yeah, Whitey boy, that boy, Whitey. Yeah. Don't even know if I am or not. But at the end of the day, it's not hiding. It's just a way of. A belief. This is how I want to ride. When I ride, I want to ride that train. I don't want to ride the train everybody else riding backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've only saw at least one or two couple that done it, but they're married.
Mm-hmm.
and still there together from 10 years ago.
All right.
I've really seen one or two.
Yeah.
Everybody else, the flip flop, swap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like I don't want to ride that train. I want to do it my way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I ain't never did. So if anybody that I've ever had relationships with in the past and thought he was just hiding me or ashamed of me or this man, I wasn't ashamed of you. I wasn't. It just we wasn't married. Like I couldn't do something that you wanted me to do. Then I didn't want to make you look stupid back then anyway, too. Back then I probably made you look stupid. You look stupid there. So I didn't want to make you look like that back then. Yeah. So I didn't do it. But now I live like, you know, I'm very private with my I am. Yeah. With my with my life. Yeah. People assume a lot, bro. People just assume, like, people assume it's crazy. Yeah.
But see, so for any women that might listen to this, man, y'all don't be in my dog inbox, man. Don't be in this man inbox messing with this man. If he's interested, he'll let you know. Don't be in my dog inbox.
I'm not gonna let you know. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never been that dude. Like most
he
times,
gonna let you know.
Don't sit here and lie, y'all. Most time I get either an eye or something that lets me know you're flirting with me.
So y'all be putting eyes in my dog inbox.
I don't be the one that. You can't. You ain't finna catch me in people's inbox now that we done had some dealings. I don't play like that.
Yeah.
That you done play on my thing like that. Like I can't play that. You will never catch me up like you catch these rest of these dudes up.
Yeah.
And if I saw your story, and if it's a girl, a lot of times when you click on one story, it automatically clicks on another story, and I hate when they do that because maybe I'm looking at my dog and then click on some twerk fest. And I wasn't even looking at that. And guess what? Look, I done hit it to come off the bottom. And guess what I done hit? I done hit the heart on accident. Oh, you never believe me. Dang, I done got set up.
Where you crazy?
No, I'm moving too fast. It was an accident for real. See, you don't believe me now. I told y'all don't get the title. They ain't gonna believe it.
No. Hey, but my man focused on being a father, and my dog want to be married. And one thing I can say about this man, you know, just through conversations I've had with him, I do believe that, you know, you trying to do better. You trying to do things. Because I do talk with a lot of men, and the conversations don't be like that. The conversation ain't, you know, man, bro, like, I'm trying to really do something different. I'm trying to get to another place. And I will say that's one thing I do respect about you, because I have a lot of conversations with a lot of guys, bro, you know, on the regular. And sometimes I be like, man, these boys playing, man. Y'all, and I just tell them, man, bro, you playing, bro. Like, you ain't serious, bro. You know, because...
Bro, but you gotta think, bro. It's like a jacket about you do all the same stuff to be back in. A lot of these boys ain't jump out the porch early like that either. So a lot of these boys just knew out here. Or they'll tell you, real, bro, I've been doing this and doing this. These boys ain't been nowhere like that. Like, no, real, like a lot, not a majority, 'cause a lot of people been in a lot of places. But I'm saying, like, you go out everywhere, you been everywhere, you done did a lot of stuff, something you learn, and then you see, and then it's like, once you know who has value and who don't, it's like certain things you don't want, you just don't want to indulge in. It's like, it get old, it get tiring. It's like, it's no use, it's too much. If you can't have a bunch of little babies, and I ain't talking about kids, a bunch of good females, and unless you already rich or something like that, because you can't afford it. It's not gonna make sense. It's like, unless, well, they sugar mama you or something, or you really sat down and got it. Okay, let's make it make sense. Then it's like I got kids, so then my kids seeing these different women. So guess what's gonna happen to them? Because guess what they gonna say? Well, daddy ain't had no wife because he was now they at the age where they own that now, so they looking at it. You know, when you ask me, why you gonna just, you know, be married? That must mean you've seen me with different people, or have seen me, because I don't have to bring different people around them, but have seen me do this and think somebody gonna think it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what the next man said. The next man probably ain't had what I done had and been where I know ain't been where I done been and ain't indulged in some of the, you know, the waters. Yeah. So it's like, I don't care about that no more. I just want a success, and I just want to be and save my kids, because they already be getting lost already, and I be blaming myself. So I want to do that. Get bread. I want to get the money to these millions with these businesses, especially this one business, and make it make sense.
Straight up. That's real, man, because I think we got to just be more, we have to be those examples for our children, because one thing I know about children, I don't care how young they are, bro, children be paying attention.
They watch it.
Man, I got a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, and an 8-year-old. My 4-year-old know what be going on, and she done been knowing what's going on for a minute. She'll ask me questions, and she be looking like, what you said, Daddy? Be all in your business. You know, they listen to you when you on the phone. You know, once they start reading, my oldest daughter, she been reading since she was 3. she'll go right in your phone and read your text messages and come back and be like, Daddy, why you said that to... I'm like, who told you that?
That's
She
why I
be
be
in your phone.
I be telling my son's mom and my mama, erase your messages when we talking about it. Because I know this boy be in there looking and he just like me, so he gonna try to manipulate. Erase them as soon as we finish texting each other. Because this boy gonna make me knock him out. I'm waiting. Guess what? I'm gonna get in the ring with mine. That's how I want to handle it. I don't want to beat them. I want to get in the ring with these boys. I be feeling like they be thinking I don't know what.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, so what would you say is the biggest thing that you can work on as far as your parenting, being a father? What is that one aspect that you believe that you can be, that you want to be better in?
More time. More time because I be trying to chase money so much. I be trying because I know for a fact what all I got to do and how much debt I done put myself in over the past 10 years that I'm trying to crawl the heck up out of, even with just child support alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it was a point in my life when I'm like, you're getting money from me. I'm not paying them nothing. And I wasn't when I should have been paying them and not paying her. But I was bugging against them for no reason when I should have been paying it. So it's like, you know, I accumulated those. It's just the money part because I have so many kids too, and I have these businesses I constantly try to invest in. I'm always trying to invest back in myself too because it gotta keep, you know, it gotta. So and. It's, definitely the time, bro. Definitely spending more time. And also, you know, when I get upset, handling things a little different too. Cause like, I ain't gonna call you no, like somebody on the street car, but I will say like you doing some stupid, like that's stupid, that's dumb, and little stuff like that. It sticks with kids. You know what I'm saying? And me, that be my way of not cursing you out.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to say you, but instead of doing, I'm like, that's dumb. You stupid. You see us here, so I gotta work. I wanna work on that. It's hard, right? What's wrong with you? Got me messed up, boy. You crazy? These kids are trying. You know it. They will try you.
They sure enough.
Hey, man. I said, man, this is me in the flesh, really. But I definitely will work on, you know, just because I be said some stuff like that, and then I have to come back and say sorry, and it's like that stuff be sticking with them. They already faced what they face, and then learning each kid is different. Like my son that got their mom is gonna be different from my son that don't, and knowing that I can say certain things to one they face, they're their own person, so I can't expect them. Like I'd be like, why would you do that? I wouldn't do that, and then I have to think, you're not me. You gotta make your own. Like you gonna have your own life. I can't expect them to move how I move, even though they my kids. And a lot of us fathers, I feel like, be wanting our kids to move how we moved or how we dreamed of moving. Even with sports and stuff like I see so many of these people how they do they force you gonna and I'm talking about, and you gotta be the president. Jit don't even really want to do that. You know what I mean? So it's like try not to force what I want you to be on you, but kind of trying to learn how to guide them through, even though they're, you know, not getting so furious because they doing what they want to do and not what I want them to do. Because they're their own person. It's like, I gotta think of me, like, I ain't doing what my mom wanted me to do, but I found my way. So it's like finding a way, because like I asked him, my oldest son, I asked him, you know, what you gonna do? You'll be grown in like 4 or 5 years. What are you gonna do? 4 years. Yeah, like 4 years. What you gonna do? Yeah. He's like, well, I'm gonna get a job. I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And I'm setting up businesses. You know how to do this, and I'm showing you this. Then you do this, and you know sign language, so you can actually be an interpreter and make but it's like I have to also realize he's his own person. He's not gonna think like I'm gonna think now, because I wasn't thinking like this. I think now I was always innovative and thinking something like trying how to get more, but I wasn't thinking like this. So I have to also realize that too with them, and let them be their own person, and just try to guide them through the mistakes, because it's like they gotta make the mistakes. I always hear people say, "I'm gonna teach you so they ain't gonna make the mistakes I did," but it's like they gotta make the mistakes, right? So I gotta try to guide you through the mistakes, but not let you get not make you make the malice and like the jail type stuff or the stuff where you out here selling drugs type. No, not that type, because you're not around that. Not certain one of my kids. My other kid was around certain things because of who the mom chose to mess with. And that's why I would try to tell them, if you're going to get somebody, at least try to get somebody, please, even though you ain't going to get nobody green and square, but they don't get no gang banging, no drug dealing, because it's going to be the intake. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't even do certain stuff for my kids, so like, nobody else doing it, and that's the hardest thing. And I heard dude told me like, bro, I couldn't imagine like somebody else waking up and but that hurt. Like that's hard. That's hard when you can't wake up with them or see them when you want to see them too. But then knowing when you're busy too, and trying to run businesses and really trying to take success, it's like it's gonna be hard to do it then too, because you always working. I know kids that they hate their parents because their parents was always working to try to better their life. Then the ones that, hate their parents because their parents ain't have the means to better their life. I know both sides. So I'm trying to juggle between the two and say, okay, let me try to be in the middle here and try to balance everything. Because it's even like with running the studio. I got my kids here every day. But then you got to think of the intake that they're going to be getting in every day from different people of different cultures, which most of it might be going to be hood. So now they got to hear that, and this is in your head and in your heart all day. So it's like, let me not bring them here. So sometimes I don't have them around me as much as I could because of certain things that I be around or that I'm here, and I don't want that on you. So, but it's also hindering you too, because now you're not spending as much time with me as you could, because me trying to think, I don't want to bring him over here because that might hurt him. I'm gonna wait till I do this. I don't want to. Even when I think, okay, I made somebody turn. Was that your kid?
Yeah.
I made somebody turn the music off for certain things. And a lot of people do it every day. People ride around listening to stuff, with their kids doing it too. Everybody different. I don't know. It's like, if you curse in front of your kid, okay, you curse in front of your kid, then now guess what? That what you doing in front of your kid? Then I'm a cuss. But if you ain't doing that in front of your kid, then I'm not either, because I'm not trying to do it in front of mine either. And I kind of want us to be on the same level.
Yeah.
To an extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's real. And I think I went through that. I used to do a lot of mentoring out on 8th Ave at the Blue Center, man, and I remember just taking the kids out there with me all the time. At the time, my daughter was probably 3, and my son, he was a little baby, so he wasn't really out there. But I used to have my oldest daughter out there all the time. She just used to see certain things. And one night, I had her out there with me, and I was out there late, probably about 8 o'clock. Once that sun go down over there off of A, you start to see a couple things, especially right there at that Blue Center. And some women came up, man. Man, I don't know what sis was on, but sis was on something. And man, sis, she went to talking crazy. She went to taking her clothes off.
I already know what you're talking about.
Man, and I was shocked. I'm like, Man, she was talking to somebody across the street. They were going, and my baby right here, bro. And she went talking to my daughter. Like, hey, little pretty girl. I'm like, no, we ain't doing that, sis. She good. You know, so I'm telling her just go inside. You know, she went to try to talk to the baby, and I'm just like, man, it was just,
oh no,
it was crazy, man. And I'm like, I
a
remember,
day in a life on 8.
man, for real. And I remember just in that moment, I'm thinking like, dang, sometimes I might not need to have my baby on her around. Like, I don't know what might happen. And I never forget, in that moment right there, it made me second guess that. Because I used to say to myself, like, I want her to be around, you know. Because she ain't growing up in the hood like I grew up in the hood. But I want my kids to, I don't want them to be green and not be knowing, like, all right, you know, it's people out here that's way less fortunate than what we are, you know. And I want my kids to be able to see that. And I want my kids to also see that there's people that are different than us.
But they ain't got to, I don't know. What's green?
I don't want
you know, everybody that's locked up, they're saying when they get, everybody that's locked up, prison, jail, these boys say, killers now, convicted fellas, when they get out, they want to be as green as they can. Guess what killers and robbers and guess what these boys saying? Man, a lot of boys, when they get out, boy, I'm trying to be green bean. Boy, it's good to be green out here. You crazy? Bro, you can't be, that's why they got us. I feel like now, because it's like, I don't want to real life you no more. My kids, I don't want to real life it. Not with them. I'm going to just teach you. I'm going to just show you. I can just show it to you, regardless of you having to go. Because we could be out there and showing you now how to be green. You catch a straight bullet. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, really, what did the hood do for me? Let me guess. No. I'm always, you know, respect where I come from, but at the end of the day, I called charges out the hood. I got sent to prison from the hood. I lost a lot of values and morals too. Guess what? I almost died 3 times. Somebody tried to kill me out here 3 times. I've gotten assaulted, hit with bats, guns, opened up, stitches, broken jaws, and fluid on my brain from the street. Had messed with the wrong girl, had a hospital visit from the street. So it's like, I can tell you everything about what's gonna happen out here. I can tell you everything that's gonna happen out here. Which side you wanna go on? I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen on the east side. I was just shooting a video the other day for somebody. I brought this man. Well, I ain't bring him. He met me in Gainesville, so I can shoot his music video. We go. I see this little place. It's like got a little graffiti and stuff. We go over there. Okay, nice spot right here, bro. Let's pull it right there. Put the music out, record it. Way down there. I see some dudes standing up, but they way down there. I said, okay, boom, recording him. He pull out his money. Next thing I know, I look back, see dudes walking towards us. I already know what's finna happen. If it was a random cameraman, they would've just kept recording and got G-checked. The man, they probably would've took everything G had, it would've been shootout. It was finna. So as I'm recording, you know, I stop for a second, I'm finna move over here. He like, well, what them boys doing over there? What they trying? So I look, I'm like, okay, I already know what's finna happen. So let me assess the situation. I start recording me, I said, hold on, give me a second. I know everybody. I'm from here for real. I'm really from here. So it's like, if I don't know you, I know of you, you know me. So I said, okay. I walk over there. What's going on? Oh, that white boy guy. Man, what's going on? I said, boy, y'all boys was finna come put it down. Y'all was finna be on the baby type stuff. Look at y'all. But calm down. I'm like, no, you good. But in reality, if it wasn't me, or if I was just a little different, like regular cameraman, bro, if I wouldn't have left, or I ain't have face gang, that situation could have got just, and guess what? We wasn't doing, I was just shooting a video. But because of the area I was in and how the mentality is like niggas can't shoot. I'm sorry for saying that word.
No, that's all good.
This how the mentality is like. Oh, you can't shoot videos over here in our hood. You can't come over here like that if you ain't from over here. Which is like now we're 25 to 35, 5, 6, 7, 8 people walked up. Like this is the mentality though. Like that's not millionaire mentality. You don't own that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not yours. Them people ready to get you out of there. So they've been ready to get you out of there. You actually hot from over here, boy. You got a name right here. You hot as firecracker over here. Them people know exactly what you're doing over here. And it ain't like, as long as you've been over here, you done seen bricks. Ain't dropped the whip. Ain't in the foreign. Don't see in designer every day. So, I think I can tell my boys about this right here. I have to let them pretty much. You know, because at the end of the day, a lot of, fun stuff be happening, yeah, but I'm talking about longevity-wise, who's there still, that's there, and been there 5, 10 years plus, and has, stocks and bonds, and has property, and has, how? We're going out the easy, we're going out the government way, which is the way a lot of us have to. Yes, we have to utilize the government for a while. If we work harder, we can fight and don't have to utilize them and get it on our own, right? Mm-hmm. Am I right? And we just have to have a little teamwork and diligence and consistency. And we can make it out of here, man. All of us, I can make it out of here. I'm not going to stop thinking that. When I say make it out, I'm saying like as far as like acquiring things that it's more than just instant material. It's like I can pass it on to my kids, they can pass it on to their kids. It's ours. We own that. That's my mindset, maybe.
No, that's real. That's real. And that's a good perspective, man. And I'll say even, ever since then, like I kind of keep them away from certain things, because I don't want them to. I thought about that type of stuff before, like, damn, what if I'm out here, I got my baby out here and something just pop off, just, you never know, especially nowadays.
People with the naked lady. Those images, I can see, I seen something last night on TV. It's still in my head. It's going to always be in my head. I seen something a year ago. I still remember that movie.
All right.
It's going to always be in their head, especially that negative. So it's like, why am I going to subject you to this when I'm trying to teach you something? I'm only hindering you.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have to have you there, I'm not finna have you there. I got a little better on that.
Oh, that's real, though, bro. That is real right there, man. So, last question, man. If you could give the 18-year-old Timothy White just one piece of advice, man, what would you tell, knowing everything you know right now, and you ran up on the 18-year-old version of yourself right now, and you seen that young man, and you had the opportunity to talk with him and just give him one piece of advice, what would you say to him?
I'd say a couple things. I'd say leave the hood right now. You don't have to be here right now. Just leave and just move. Just move right now. At that point, 17, 18, I just took over the apartment, which I should have just left because I wanted to be by myself. I took over that apartment out there in that hood that I was already raised in, and I should have left right then with the opportunity hit. And I would have told myself to start doing the righty rules right now. Right now, oh my God, it would have been oh man. Yeah, that's what I would have told myself. Yep. Those two things. And definitely I would have said just just stick with this one girl, regardless of how bad it is. Don't get tender and be thotty because everybody else is being thotty. Mm-hmm. Because because it's nothing else to do in this little city, and I'm in this hood, and it's nothing to do but get high and mess with different girls because that's what everybody else is doing that's around this age. They're wasting their life too, or a little older than me. The same algorithm. It's like a Jack in the Box. We all doing the same thing to be back in the box. And they ain't excel. Why am I learning from people that don't have or ain't dead or even now? That's what I tell them.
That's real. That's real, man. And that's game for anybody else out there listening. Take your life serious, man. There's so many things, once we get older, I believe the older and older we get, the more and more we become more wise. Start taking heed right now, today, because none of us ain't getting any younger. There ain't no Benjamin Buttons out here. We are all getting older by the minute. And as we're getting older, we should be getting wiser. We should be becoming more wise. And use that wisdom. You can share that wisdom with other people, but use that wisdom for yourself. That's all I'm saying, man. We all make mistakes. Ain't none of us perfect out here, but man, we can do better. All of us, straight up. Dads, moms, whoever, man. We can do better as friends. We can do better in a lot of aspects. We can just do better as a society, as a culture, man. We, as a people, as a nation, the nation that we are. And I'm talking black people, man. We are a nation. I need y'all to know that, man. We can do better. And we have to do better for our children. Too many things going on out here, man. Sad stuff happening every single day. We just got to do better, man. So, yeah, man, y'all take heed to that. Subscribe to the podcast. And y'all gonna find this podcast on all streaming services. I always just tell people, just go to Google. Go to Google and type in Dad Can We Talk, and you'll find whatever you're looking for. It's gonna be there. But before we leave, tell the people how they can find you and your businesses, man. Whitey Rollz and 6 o'clock Studios and all that.
So, Whitey Rollz on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube is WHITEY, and then the Rollz got a Z at the end, so ROLLZ. If you don't know what that is, then just go check them out.
Check it out.
Gonna be,
yeah.
And straight up and down like 6 o'clock Studio on Facebook is 6 o'clock Stu. You can follow that page too. We do artist development too, 21-day courses as well. Studio time too. So if you want studio time, photography, videos, graphics, if you want to take it back to get CDs duplicated and printed and shirts, and we do all that. So you can link in through that and through the phone number 407-978-0504 for Whitey Rollz. And for Studio, it's just the Facebook page right now. So the other pages will be up soon, but when they do, it'll be the same thing, 6 o'clock Studio. So that's how you follow. If you want to follow me personally, then follow my personal page. But that's if you want to follow me on some like music type stuff or something like that, or some funny guy type stuff. So I don't take my social media, my personal page serious, because I use social media for business and strategically, to gravitate. So. And I appreciate you having me on the show, man.
Oh, yeah, you already know. We had to do that, my boy. We had to do that, man. It was only right, dog. It was just a matter of time. But y'all listen, man, y'all go follow that Whitey Rollz page, man. If you ain't had a Whitey Rollz by now, man, you missing it.
They sleep.
You are very asleep. I'm talking about you like in that REM sleep. You sleep. If you ain't had that Whitey Rollz yet.
They ain't had it. They sleep.
Yeah.
Don't sleep.
Ooh.
Oh. Don't sleep. See, this is the page right here. It's the one with the purple. It's the one with the purple, with the purple profile picture. Everything purple.
And if y'all, for the people that ain't gonna see this on YouTube and don't watch the video and you just see the podcast, he just showed a picture of the Whitey Rollz. Y'all, listen.
I forgot about y'all. I'm sorry. Yes, Whitey Rollz with a Z at the end. On Instagram too. Just go check him out. Everything gourmet, everything homemade from scratch, original, and everybody want to duplicate the recipes, but they can't.
Yeah, man. If y'all need a recommendation, I'll say get that cookies and cream. Get the cookies and cream Whitey roll. That joker is delicious, man.
I'd say get banana pudding.
Ooh, that way.
He don't know nothing about that banana pudding.
See, I ain't had a banana pudding yet. You know, to his credit, I ain't had that one yet. But I'm sure it's probably that fire. See, I don't like banana pudding with bananas. I like cookie pudding. Damn, bro, you might need to do that.
I just want to put
y'all see, he got me thinking about it right now.
I just want to put bananas in it.
Okay, I gotta have.
You don't like bananas?
Not like that. Not in the pudding.
Dang, the good bananas. I don't like the black bananas in the pudding. It can't be black.
But hey, y'all, listen, man. We wrapping it up right here, man. Y'all, like I say, man, go subscribe to the podcast at Dad Can We Talk. Find us on Facebook at Dad Can We Talk, Instagram, Dad Can We Talk, YouTube at Dad Can We Talk. I got some new shirts coming with some new colorways coming. They should be in probably 2 weeks, man. So I have some new shirts and them things gonna be clean.
I need one.
May 21st, I'm having my first live event. The first live event for Dad Can We Talk, man. So I'll be talking with the crowd of people. I'll be asking questions, and man, we gonna be chopping it up, man. Y'all know how I like to do it. You know, I ain't too much
you doing
pressure,
a show?
man.
Oh yeah, you is doing a show.
Yeah, man. So
a rap show.
Yeah.
You gonna be out there rapping?
No, I ain't gonna be out there rapping.
They said you performing live. I see you on the flyer. I said, dang. He got him a good song. We gotta drop a hit so you come out there. Nah, Dad, can we talk? Something like, some type of jingle. What you gonna do?
No. I'm gonna be talking to them people.
That's
We're gonna be talking about some fatherhood, man. We're gonna talk about a couple social issues. We're gonna be talking about relationships. And we just gonna get it in, man. Y'all know how we do it at Dad Can We Talk. I'm just gonna be talking with a whole bunch of people this time, man. So, y'all, if you in Gainesville, Florida, come out. But y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna have it posted on the podcast and on the YouTube, man. So y'all continue to stay posted. We out of here. Dad Can We Talk.